Escribo mi camino, si me pierdo es que ya me he encontrado y sé que debo continuar. Si me pierdo es que ya me he encontrado y sé que debo continuar.
Oh my goodness, we're starting right on time. I'm a bad girl. Hello, everybody. So psyched to see you all here. And I won't be able to type in the chat for a moment. So, oh my God. Here comes the PDF for the program. If you would please, Madame and Monsieur Abby. Happy Saturday, everybody. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge that we, Fringe Benefits Theater, are zooming to you from the land of the Tongva and Gabrieleño, who have lived and continue to live here. We recognize them and their spiritual connection as the first stewards and the traditional caretakers of this land. I also want to express our heartfelt gratitude to USC's Institute for Theater and Social Change and LMU's Women and Gender Studies Department, as well as to all the foundations whose generous support helped make our projects possible this year. Please join me in thanking them all, especially the Carol and James Collins Foundation, the Department of Cultural Affairs, City of LA, the Dwight Stewart Youth Fund, the Leo Buscaglia Foundation, Liberty Hill Foundation, the LA County of Department of Arts and Culture, the Mara Breach Foundation, the Queer Consciousness Fund, the Strickland Family Foundation, and all Fringe Benefits wonderfully generous individual donors, many of whom are here with us today. Woo! Give it up. Welcome everybody to Laughing Matters, a virtual showcase featuring videos that use humor as a peaceful weapon in the fight against injustice. I'm Norma Bowles, Fringe Benefits Artistic Director, and I can't wait for you all to see what our filmmakers have cooked up for you today. But first, why does laughing matter? To answer that question, I'm going to hand over the metaphorical microphone to one of our kick-ass intern theater artivists and the founding president of our new project partner, Ludus Remedium, USC's first activism-focused comedy troupe. Drum roll, please. Take it away, Helen Culpepper.
Thanks, Norma. All right, let's get this thing started. So, why does laughing matter? Well, for a bunch of reasons, right? But there's one reason I'd like to run by you right now. Hate often starts with humor. Telling a joke with the best of intentions just to make another person laugh can sometimes have the worst consequences. It's kind of like how straws were created by the ancient Sumerians to bond over sharing a barrel of fermented cereal juice. Yeah. But if we fast forward 3,000 years, those sweet little straws are now killing turtles. However, those same plastic sea scourges have also sparked a reusable revolution in my generation. The same tool that caused harm can be used to heal. That's where Fringe Benefits comes in. We quite literally flip the script on hate by weaponizing humor to promote social justice instead of promoting more hate. But that's enough yapping from me, because our host today is probably the best example of a woman warrior weaponizing comedy to fight hate that's ever existed. She's a theater maker, comedian, elected official of Koreatown for 4 years, all right, winner of the Guggenheim Fellowship and Doris Duke Award, and food bake influencer, and an international social justice sensation. She even became a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize in Drama for her hit show Sweatshop Overlord just last year. She's super hot, and we're so lucky to have her. That award-winning show was inspired by the Auntie Sewing Squad, which is a national all-volunteer mutual aid network that she founded during COVID to sew cloth masks for vulnerable communities. It's an organization that actually continues to support support migrants on the border to this day. So please check it out. Auntie Sewing Squad. Super cool. She's the bomb. So without further ado, please welcome the Christina Wong.
Hey, what's up? It's Laughing Matters, folks. That's right, folks. I am your hostess with the mostest, Christina Wong. And it says here I'm supposed to introduce myself and brag about my activism and awards. Well, let me take you on a trip right here. These are different certificates from the County of LA. That's the Doris Duke Award. This one is a phone call you get from just outer space. Be nice to people. You could get a Doris Duke. This is the OCA Gala Achievement in the Arts. That's Community Service Award. Just picked up that last week. That's me giving the commencements. Okay, listen, I don't want to keep going on and on. We have a show to get to, folks. I also want to plug that I am a food bank influencer at a wonderful food bank here in Los Angeles called World Harvest Food Bank. For a $75 donation or 4 hours of volunteer work, you get a heaping cart of groceries. Check it out. You don't have to be on food stamps. You don't have to be on any kind of public list. I'm making a show about it. If anyone has any idea how to do that, let me know, because even though I have all of these, I have no idea how to make a food bank into a show. I have some ideas. Listen, I'm not that stuck. But okay, folks, today we are going to share with you a baker's dozen of short, thought-provoking videos created by some of our fringe benefits theater artivists. So who are these fringe benefits artivists? Anyway, who are they? Well, I'm glad you asked, because Fringe Benefits is an ever-expanding alliance of artists, educators, parents, social justice activists, and youth who create theater and videos that promote constructive dialogue and action about diversity and discrimination issues. Fringe Benefits, of which I am an honorary member, collaborates with schools and community groups throughout the United States and abroad to create a context in which people can turn their previously damaging experiences with discrimination into art that promotes respect, inclusion, and justice. And who doesn't want those three things for Christmas? Okay, so we're going to put the program in the chat so you can look at everyone. And again, today we're going to share with you several short, wickedly funny videos created by Fringe Benefits artivists. If you'd like to follow along, you can look in this program that Abby just put in the chat. Lots of festive info here. There's also functional links. Okay, so grab that PDF right now before everyone compliments my hat in the chat and moves it up. Because this chat's going to start filling up when we start rolling. And we're going to leave the chat on, because this is the kind of theater where you can scream during the show, because the screams are just you going, yeah, I love it. And you can comment and you can message people. This is that kind of theater, right? We figured out how to make conference software and create culture. Also, please let us know in the chat if there are any tech issues that we need to fix. So this is how we're going to do this, folks. You ready? This is going to be fast, freewheeling, and fun. I'm going to offer brief introductions to each of these pieces. You're going to watch the piece. It's going to be me, a short video, me again, lather, rinse, repeat. Now, every so often, every now and then, one of the Fringe Benefits artivists is going to pop in and say hi, and who knows what else. And people, let me tell you, this could be a wild ride through all kinds of trippy videos, each only about 2 minutes long. That's right. Hold on, blink or you'll miss the plot. There are going to be a couple slightly longer detours that take us in directions that Google Maps and Waze never dreamed of. These are going to be hella smart videos, taking on everything from racism, sexism, and homophobia to climate change, diet culture, and decisions women should just not be making for themselves. I know. Okay. And then after the videos, we're going to have a little festive Q&A. The whole show, including the Q&A, should be a tight 90 minutes, folks. And then we're going to be off. We're going to save the world. Maybe we'll just crash on the sofa. You like the sofa? I got it. Actually found this on the street. Pulitzer Prize finalist. I use a sofa that I found on the sidewalk 2 blocks away. Anyway, but we're going to get this party started, folks. Are you ready? Let me hear you in the chat. Yes, I see the emojis. Looks good. Folks, okay, our first short was written and directed by Ethan Mullen. Ethan who uses he, him pronouns, is an actor and teaching artist with fringe benefits. He grew up in Seattle and is now living in Los Angeles, where he's pursuing a BA in theater arts at Loyola Marymount University. Loyola is giving Ethan an excellent education in the business of theater. However, like many other institutions, it lacks spaces for him as a trans person to actually, do his business. Okay, but anyway, however, like many other institutions, okay, this is where I almost reread a line. In his short, Ungushers, Ethan exposes this flaw in the system with, shall we say, a unique solution? Let's roll.
Go to the men's room? I don't feel safe there.
We know this feeling. We hate this feeling. You wake up because you're a persistent bladder, but the only bathroom you're comfortable using is occupied. What to do? Lucky for you, a hot new product is hitting the market to give you bladder relief when you're in the right place at the wrong time. The incredible bladder begone power of these miracle morsels relieves you when you can't relieve yourself. So the next time you're waiting for someone to finish shaving their balls at 2 in the morning, try an Ungusher. Side effects may include and are not limited to dry mouth, nausea, odorous urinary discharge, constipation, dysentery, uncontrollable pee dance syndrome, and more. In 2017, 16 states introduced legislation limiting transgender people's access to restrooms. Over half of transgender people have avoided public restrooms to avoid confrontation. Transgender people are at higher risk of urinary tract infections and other kidney problems as a result of avoiding public restrooms. Of course, if you're not totally convinced of the revolutionizing power of Ungushers, you can always use any other bathroom that's not an all-gender bathroom, so that the people who really need it have a place to pee.
I don't know if these are Ungushers. They're definitely Girl Scout cookies that I have here. Ethan, I give you an A for that, for kicking us off with that first video. Thin Mints, can this help my bladder? Because I more have what's called perimenopause. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Hold on. Okay. Woo! Woo! All right, folks. Thank you, Ethan. I will never improvise trying to eat during an intro again. This is my vow to you all. But thank you so much for that video, Ethan. All right, our next video was created by a fab writer, Fringe Benefits lead teaching artist, marketing director, and Zoom enabler, Abby Dunbar, who uses they, them pronouns. This crazy new trick features OG Fringe Benefits rock star, theater activist, Cynthia Ruffin. Fun fact, this right here is Cynthia Ruffin. Me and her go way back. This clip is part of an original fun-filled full-length film titled What's Wrong with Feminism, which Abby wrote while interning with Fringe Benefits at the University of Redlands. Let's roll.
Are you concerned about the state of the world these days? Constantly hearing things like wage gap, gender justice, and intersectional feminism, and aren't quite sure what to do? Don't worry, we've got the solution for you. Just listen. Really, it's that easy. Come on, let's check it out.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people don't get that even though we have a 19th Amendment, there's still work to be done in terms of feminism.
I wonder what I should have for dinner tonight. I've been really craving wings lately. Maybe we'll get takeout and watch the game. Yeah.
Now, everything you're saying is important and valid. But unfortunately, this guy is thinking too much about his dinner to even hear what you are saying. Yo, man, just listen.
I mean, I'm glad we got Trump out of office, but I really wish that Biden was more progressive on women's issues.
Actually, Biden is super progressive for women in America. I mean, just look at these examples.
Well, actually, you will never know more about a woman's experience in America because, plot twist, you are not a woman in America. When people try to tell you about their experiences, you should just listen.
And so my boss pulls up the thing he was going to print for me on the monitor, and on the screen is literally everybody in my department's name and how much they're making an hour.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's not even the worst part. So all of the men in the department are making at least $2 an hour more than the women are.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-mm. And that's just in the marketing department.
Sounds about right.
What'd you say?
What was she supposed to say?
Well, I didn't really say anything at the time.
Well, you should have said something.
Well, I'm still pretty new at this job. I've only been here for a couple of months, and I don't really...
If you don't say anything, then it's like kind of like your fault, you know? I'm just saying.
Are you listening to what she's saying? She's a relatively new employee. She can't risk her job right now, and this is a bigger systemic issue.
Oh my god, here comes a freaking AOC impersonation.
Are you fucking...
This is why I'm not really like a feminist.
Okay, hear me out. Two things.
Honestly, I don't even think there is a wage gap, okay? I think there is an earning gap, right? Women are choosing to stay back. I mean, you chose not to say anything to your boss, right? Women typically are choosing fields that are predominantly female, whereas men are typically picking fields that are higher earning, like STEM fields, right? Women are choosing jobs that pay less. God, I am so sick of hearing about how oppressed women are, right? Like, you know, there's a lot of things that disproportionately affect men, but you never hear about any of that in the lamestream media, do you? Clearly.
Yo, Jason, buddy, hold up. You sure are talking a lot of crap right now. You might want to try just listening. Oh, seems like we're out of time this week, folks. Join us next week for Mansplaining 501. It's turbo-powered.
Wait, what did you say? I'm listening. What did you all think of that? I'm listening. Come on in the chat. Were you just listening? Have you tried just listening? Folks, that amazing woman that we just saw in the video, my friend, that super smart lady, Cynthia Ruffin, this is a photo that's 10 years old. Just co-led our Comedy for Social Justice internship trainings this spring. Isn't that fantastic? Yay! Okay, friends, are we ready? We're gonna do more. We're gonna be more. We're gonna do all this stuff. Okay, here's tip number one about Fringe Benefits Comedy for Social Justice's secret sauce. What we try to do is we try to get into the shoes of the audience that we want to reach. What do they value? What makes them laugh? And what shows or social media are they into? Then we use these ingredients to engage them because, girl, nobody likes being lectured or preached at. So to do this, lately, we've been cooking up short form videos using recipes inspired by late night TV satirists like Trevor Noah, Amber Ruffin, Colbert, and Samantha Bee. And we've been experimenting with recipes inspired by social media. I'm going to hand over the mic now to Fringe Benefits' newest lead teaching artist and master chef, Brantley Waller, she, her pronouns, to tell us about a lovely little amuse-bouche recipe she just dreamed up. Take it away, Brantley.
Hey everyone, it is I, the Master Chef Brantley here. This spring, I cooked up, to keep going with the metaphor, a little TikTok recipe that we are calling Modern Takes with Billy Shakes. And the basic idea is to turn Shakespeare's iconic characters into TikTok influencers who use their unique styles and talents to grab the audience's attention and persuade them to support a 21st century social justice cause. Let me show you an example so you can picture what I'm talking about. We have a video from Paolo Lascaro, one of our fabulous teaching artists who created this brilliant prankster Puck TikTok.
What up, it's your boy, Prankster Puck. Today, we're going to pull a prank on my roommate. Gonna start by plastic wrapping his shower door. Now, we wait.
Dude, not again!
But seriously, y'all, let's talk about climate change. Did you know that there's a mass of garbage in the Pacific Ocean that's 3 times the size of France? The pranks are fun, but I better find a more environmentally conscious way of doing them, because climate change isn't funny. If we shadows have offended, think with this and all is mended. Recycle, pick up litter, use less plastic, and do your part.
Pretty cool, huh? I do love that video. So using that video that we just saw as a model, our teaching artists and I walked 400 middle schoolers step by step through the process of making their own TikToks based on their choice of Shakespeare character and social justice issue. Students began by choosing a hobby or talent that their character might use to engage their audience. Then they would get their character to pivot to championing a modern day social justice issue. The kids came up with 1,000 million great ideas, such as a TikTok where Hamlet plays Grand Theft Auto and then expertly pivots to ardently advocating for gun control. Or another where Friar Lawrence shares a top secret love potion recipe before elegantly shifting into a rousing homily about the importance of consent, right? And then one of my personal favorites, TikTok influencer Viola, starts by modeling cool, new androgynous, gender-defying fashions, and then segues into exhorting her followers to stand up for LGBTQ+ rights. So it was amazing to be able to see what poured out of these kids as we guided them through our 6-step recipe. They came up with truly imaginative, off-the-wall, wonderful ideas and breathed new life into both Shakespeare and social justice advocacy. I was so incredibly impressed also with our teaching artists who stayed on their toes and facilitated endless amounts of learning and creativity with grace, poise, and most importantly, fantastic senses of humor that got even the quietest students excited about Shakespeare. Now, as the bard might say, all that glisters may not be gold, but this experience was an absolute treasure. So back to you, hostess with the mostess, Christina.
Right, all that glisters is gold. Oh God. Speaking of Puck the prankster, my roommate is trying to do a prank. Could you please just not just kind of, I'm sorry folks, just kind of avoid, what's the opposite of voyeur? I should know this as a Pulitzer Prize finalist right now, but I'm improvising. Oh, but that sounds really exciting. The Bard is always way more fun when made modern, at least in my opinion, because I have a short attention span. Let's see. Okay. Oh, you know what? Now, I think we need a brief message from one of our sponsors. How's that? Let's do that.
Hey Jess, look what I got. What? I just got a level 2 straight white cis man card. It allows me to get $2 more above the minimum wage. It's about time you caught up. Whatever, did you get any new cards recently? Check it out. Jessica, that is not how you use that card. What? I'm just appreciating Asian culture. You better be careful. You know what happens to those that disrespect the cards. Please, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Cards for Humanity. Have you ever wanted the benefits of experiencing different cultures? Well, Cards for Humanity is the game for you. In this special Asian Culture Edition, everyone is able to engage in Asian entertainment such as anime and K-pop, eat spicier foods, and much more. Collect them all to experience an enlightenment of different cultures. What's the catch? We believe every individual has the human decency to be respectful. Our cards are made with special technology that engrave dark magic circles when misused. With this, we can enforce appreciation rather than appropriation. Remember, folks, appreciate, not appropriate. With an amazing price of $6.10, just like the 6.1% of the U.S. population that identifies as Asian American or Pacific Islander, you can order these cards today. Appreciate, not appropriate. We are not responsible for any negative outcomes this product may introduce. Please use these cards carefully and be mindful of the different cultural perspectives. Side effects may include a God complex, an upset stomach from eating too much, dying, or an internal haunting or possession by our card summoning circles. If you have any trouble understanding the concept of cultural appreciation or want to support your local AAPI community, especially in these times of COVID, please log on to www.stopaapihate.org/act now to access resources, contact government officials, as well as donate to those in need in our community. Remember, folks, appreciate, not appropriate. Buy Cards for Humanity today.
Woo! That was Julian Bagayone. And I just one love from our first Asian American Oscar winner. I mean, she's not technically here, but she's here in this frame. But Michelle Yeoh wanted to send her love for that. That was so good. That was so good. Julianne was the filmmaker behind Cards for Humanity that you just saw right now. Julianne is a filmmaker, actor, and USC. Go Bruins, class of 2023. Julianne has just graduated. That's right. Julianne just earned her BA in theater with an emphasis in design. Girl, you better ramp up the production on those cards. I don't know where the production design was on those cards. I'm assuming, okay, maybe it was a DIY thing that you, okay, anyway, the point is 9 states, folks, have already banned teaching or even discussing racism, sexism, and issues of systemic inequality. I have no idea. What do you learn in school when you eliminate all these things? Are you just looking at blank paper? It feels like it, right? And similar bans have been introduced in 40 other states. Holy crap is right. Holy freaking crap. How did it get to a point where I'm rooting for Mickey Mouse to beat out the governor of Florida? And why am I now rooting for drag queens to beat out the entire state of Tennessee? How do we get into this place where these matchups even exist? This is just me going off script. Okay, sweet. Anyway, okay, here's tip number 2, folks. Another thing that Fringe Benefits has stolen, because that's what we do. We steal, like, ethically. And why is the word stolen in here, Norma? Okay, another thing that Fringe Benefits has done is stolen from late night TV satirists. It's a little neat trick we call exploding the metaphor. You know, when you figure out a way to shed light on something your audience may not get by relating it to something your audience is familiar with, sort of like an analogy or like a metaphor, you know, like people understand what a dating app is or a Happy Meal is. And then you just sort of, you take these two things and you let it just go crazy. You just riff on all the ways the two things are alike. Well, LMU sophomore Grace Seufert went to town with this recipe. Instead of raging against the machine, Grace has been making mini edutainment videos with us about how mechanization has been pushing humans out of jobs with livable wages. Writer strike, anybody? But here's the irony. A chat bot wrote her script for her, and Deep Brain AI created her entire video. I'm just kidding. Or am I?
A lot of concerns people have about artificial intelligence combined with robotics have to do with jobs. You know, you've heard statistics like driverless cars sounds like a great idea, but there are 3 million Americans whose principal occupation is driving a car, bus, or truck for a living.
Fareed Zakaria is right. We've just entered a new ballgame. Machines are substituting humans for many routine jobs. Tech unemployment is a real social justice issue. This isn't just some game. It's this game. Introducing Sorry, the official game of the job market. Sorry has everything you need to replicate the rivalry between automated workers and human workers. Mario is here to portray the entire human race, and this toy car is illustrating the growing population of robots. Both workers start at square one. Mario draws. He got an interview. Move forward 1 square. Robot draws. He gets a service job. Move forward 8 spaces. Each player must retain their strength and energy to secure a career. There's only one problem. Mario is human, and he doesn't have infinite energy. He needs breaks, vacations, and time off for his daughter's graduation. But technology, no. It doesn't need any of that, so it keeps getting ahead. And then, before long, the robot is in the safe zone, and Mario is stuck out on the streets. Of the board game, of course. Tech unemployment is like playing the game of Sorry. No, but on a serious note, we need real solutions. The Government Jobs Guarantee Program is the perfect proposal. The idea is that the government will make jobs in public sectors like elderly and childcare, health, education, and the arts, and none of these positions will be taken over by AI. The idea starts from the far left, but conservatives can also back this program because it is really the ultimate work requirement for welfare recipients. During the next presidential election, it is imperative that citizens use the ballot initiative process to propose this bill. We must convince the government to make changes to help the citizens of the U.S. for the coming future.
Oh my God. AI is taking over. AI is taking over. Sorry, we have to. My cat has been replaced by a robot. My cat Happy has been replaced. Okay, I'm sorry. This bit is going on so long because I can't. We need an end to AI. Grace is right. Robots can't replace everything. Okay, thank you so much for that, Grace. Thank you. Oh, whew. Well, folks, as Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. I invite you to join us in taking a bone-chilling turn down the path of horrible horror humor with Helen Culpepper. Yep, that's the same Helen who was talking about sea turtles and fermented cereal juice at the beginning of the show. Helen, who uses they, them pronouns, is a viral TikToker and student at USC, go Bruins, who works in LA, New York, and anywhere there's a high concentration of cats to pet. AI cats? I don't know. Helen is infuriated by how society treats people who like the way they look naturally. And after winning a 10-year battle with anorexia, go Helen, Helen is fighting back with their short satire called A Body of Horror.
This summer.
I got the Hydroxycut account. Yes, these ads are gonna make bank.
One marketing associate's worst nightmare.
Hey, someone's moving in next door.
The most terrifying thing to face corporate America since the Great Depression.
Hello, neighbor. I think our mail got mixed up. I didn't order Hydroxycut weight loss gummies.
A woman who doesn't hate her body.
Tony, I think there's something wrong with the person next door.
I'm promoting this new filter app. Gets rid of acne in seconds. No thanks. I don't edit my photos.
She's different.
Oh my god, hey! I have all these extra razors from a campaign with Babes Bust body hair. Want some? I'll give you a discount. That's okay. I don't really shave my legs.
There's something not quite right.
You know, I'm doing an ad for a fitness program. Last belly fat 10 days for only 99 installments of $9.99. What in? Oh, I don't work out to look a certain way. I just do it to get stronger and have fun.
Babe, I think you might be overreacting.
Tony, she drinks Coke.
Coke. Hon, everyone drinks Coke.
Normal Coke, not Diet Coke.
Oh my god.
Tony, we can't make money off of her.
Get out of there.
Hey, sweetie, what you doing?
The lady across the street taught me about this new rock star, so I'm drawing a picture of her.
Oh, let me see. Who is it?
The voices are telling me to love myself.
I didn't know who else to call Miss America 1956.
I've heard of this monstrosity before. Long, long ago. During the era of women's liberation.
Is there any way to stop her?
Only one person.
Who is it?
The physical embodiment of the patriarchy. She's coming!
You have to help us!
Ladies, I've got this.
It's so hard. There's so much pressure. I spend 5 hours in the gym every day. I never see my kids. And I still don't look like Chris Hemsworth. I can't even talk about it. Men have insecurities too.
Yeah, look, I'm so sorry. You know, guys have body image issues, but people don't talk about it enough. But you know, you're not alone, okay? And look, everything's gonna be okay. Oh my god. She's unstoppable!
We have to escape! What is it?
My Fitbit. It has no surface. All these steps don't even count! Hello, neighbor. I brought brownies. No. We can eat them while we watch Hairspray. No. And then we can share some stories about how unrealistic and damaging societal beauty standards are and heal our relationship with our appearance. Let's love ourselves. Oh, thank God it's you. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh dear God.
I think I don't want liposuction.
She's gotten to you too.
I like myself the way I am.
A woman who doesn't hate her body. Coming to theaters in your local Cool Sculpt. If you or a loved one of any gender are suffering, please call the Eating Disorder Helpline at 1-800-931-2237. If you or a loved one don't have the money for treatment, please visit theprojectheal.org. If you or a loved one or your really judgmental grandparent need further information on this subject, please visit asdah.org or nationaleatingdisorders.org and consider inviting their program called The Body Project to schools near you. Let's live in a world where liking yourself doesn't make you a movie monster.
No, I'm telling you, Kim, I just saw Helen's film and I had this moment where I was like, wait, I don't need to look like you because I look like me and that's just fine. It was a really great film. Maybe you should watch it, Kim, and maybe you should show it to your sisters who are all trying to look like you too. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. We're going to talk later, but not about Kanye because we never talk about Kanye. All right. Bye. Bye. Hey, everybody. Wasn't that amazing? Wow. What was that production budget? Where'd you get that production budget? Helen, that was amazing. Woo. Production budget, folks. Okay. All right. Are we ready for some surreal humor? Sahana Athreya. Originally from Bangalore, India, Sahana her, is a psychology and theater double major at Davidson College, where she's dreaming of pursuing a career in playwriting so that she can highlight minority voices through diverse characters and stories. Sahana's short starts with a not so funny and far too familiar situation, but careens off into a everything everywhere all at once mind-blowing trip. So let's buckle up.
All right, people, I need ideas. Think fresh, but not something too new. We've got a formula that works. I have an idea. The protagonist is a white man. Obviously, get to the point. Well, he has an,
boyfriend, and they...
Next idea.
What if he has a girlfriend?
I'm intrigued.
She's Asian?
Next.
A sitcom on the dynamics between a biracial millennial couple in...
Too niche. We need something people can relate to. A story about a woman.
a plus-size TikToker and the oppression she feels on not fitting the ideal body type.
Our ratings will plummet if we don't have a pretty face.
Who's to say plus-size women can't be pretty?
A white man living in New York City is looking for love, and he spends 9 seasons trying to find the woman of his dreams.
Gorgeous, keep going.
But he falls in love with a man.
We already did Heartstopper, sweetheart. Pick something else.
A white living in New York City.
What if he has a girl? What if he has a girl?
Mommy! No, sweetheart. I got chips last week. I don't need any more. Mommy!
Oh, sweetheart. These are bad for you.
Just this once?
Not Lucky Charms, honey. Why don't you grab some Honey Bunches of Oats?
But Mom!
No, not now.
If not now, then when?
When it's less controversial to talk about hormone therapy.
A detective who's a drag queen by night.
We don't want the children watching that.
Can we get more Latina people?
No,
Honey. Actually, grab one. We could use a best friend for our main character.
You said we could get chocolate last time. Can we please get chocolate?
Fine, just one bar.
White, darker milk.
We always get white chocolate, but the DEI officers will be mad at us if we don't get something darker. But not too dark. Let's go with milk.
How about lesbian characters?
Sweetheart.
We only ever get queer men. We need gender minorities.
Maybe. Check the expiration date. If we can kill them off after 2 seasons, throw them in the cart.
Can we get a South Asian?
Can I see the package? I need to check the ingredients.
80% chance of them having parents who don't approve of their relationships or dreams. 70% chance of them having an exaggerated accent for comedic purposes. Oh, only 10% chance of them being overachievers with perfect grades? We can't do that.
What do you mean?
Having an Asian character who isn't a nerd isn't believable.
Mommy, what about disability representation?
Too many accommodations.
But-
We can't afford it.
but-
Don't be greedy, Tara. So, what else do you all have? A guy looking for love in New York? Give me more. Tara, sit back down. Tara!
I don't think you're listening to me. You want stats? 79% of viewers of film and television say that they want to see more diversity on screen. 26% of America's population has a physical or psychological disability, but only 4.2% are represented on screen. Latinx people make up 18.7% of America's overall population, but are severely underrepresented, accounting for only 7.1% of leads and 7.7% of overall cast. Mommy, listen to me. No, please. Okay, you know what? You want the money, don't you? America's diverse audiences need diverse content created by diverse voices. Diversity sells. Ruth E. Carter won an Oscar for Best Costume Design for Black Panther and is the first woman to win 2 Oscars. Have you seen the smiles on little black children's faces when they watch the movie and see superheroes that look like them? The majority of our world is Asian. Michelle Yeoh is the first woman to win the Academy Award for Best Actress. Everything Everywhere All at Once won 11 nominations and won 7 Oscars this year. But it's not just about the awards or the money or the fame. 8-year-old Emma Gomez watched Encanto 13 times. She loves to sing We Don't Talk About Bruno and knows the rest of the musical score by heart. 16-year-old Sonali binged the entire second season of Bridgerton overnight just because she couldn't believe 2 female leads were Indian. She's so excited for season 3. 18-year-old Dan couldn't believe it when he watched Moonlight. The character shared not 1 but 2 identities with him, being queer and black.
Not today, Tara.
Okay, I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.
Oh, wow, that was so good, Sahana. Yes, thank you for putting me in the short. That was so fantastic, Sahana. Sahana, everyone give it up for Sahana. You know, that gives me hope that maybe we can put on the shopping list. I'm just, if you will, for a second, indulge me in this. Imagine this, a romantic couple. They're both Asian. They're both over 40. What do you think? Me and Daniel Day Kim. What do you think, folks? Would you pay to see that? Would that sell or would that sell? Huh? Yes. Thank you, Sahana. We can make this happen. Yeah, I will take your money. And I know he's married. But we'd be acting in a scene where we would be married. Do you understand how this works? My fantasies okay. Wonderful work, Sahana. Beautiful, wonderful compliments coming in. I am really excited because we're about to go a little international right now. So folks, this showcase, like Fringe Benefits Theater, celebrates the use of laughter to build bridges of understanding. But this next clip, it's radically different from the rest of the show. It was created by one of the youth in Ukraine. Yes, the Ukraine that we've been collaborating with. Now, a little background, just this year, Fringe Benefits is facilitating a year-long collaboration between Latinx youth in LA and youth in Ukraine. The students have shared stories and songs, collaborated to create a play, and formed lasting bonds with kids thousands of miles away. So, yep, the healing potential of the performing arts, right? All right, enough said. And now, introducing Nikolai Raskali. Nikolai is a student at Erpin Lyceum. Nikolai is 12 and an extremely brave young soul. So here's the short video he sent us about how he's dealing with life 1 year into Putin's war on his country.
My name is Nikolai. I'm 11 years old. I'm short, handsome, kind, and I like to wear my hair in a ponytail. My family consists of father, mother, sister, and 2 brothers. My older brother is a soldier. He is in a war now. He comes home very seldom, and when he comes, he tells us a lot of informative things and laughs when mom bakes peas. The last time he comes back, I saw that he was wounded. Georgi asked me kept this in a secret, but mom said it too. I can't concentrate on my studying at school, as I miss my brother very much, but I do my best and play with my younger brother, as I am an example for him.
Wow. Let's give Nikolai some love in the chat. It's a lot, right? Folks, I'm really wowed by that collaboration and wanted to share with you all that Fringe Benefits is actually sponsoring a book drive for Nikolai and his schoolmates in Ukraine. So please reach out to Norma if you have any books you'd like to donate for 5th through 12th graders in Ukraine who love to read in English. Fact, they love reading in English. I've been looking at some of my books though, Auntie Norma, and none of them are appropriate for 5th to 12th graders. We won't get into why right now, but reach out to Norma. Do not text her. She doesn't know how to text. She just upgraded to a smartphone last year, and it's just and also don't use Norma as your wing woman, but that's a longer story that I can explain to you if you make a donation to Fringe Benefits. Yes, but if you want to give to the book drive, get in touch with Norma. You can even just message her in the chat. Now, folks, I'm going to extend our little interlude from short films with a quick, fun clip from our YouTube series, Sippin' the Tea with Tiffany, hosted by veteran Fringe Benefits teaching artist Tiff Nanka Bruce and edited by Abby Dunbar, in which Tiffany asks community elders to spill the tea on their experiences dealing with discriminatory crap. Now, recently, Tiff got some hot tea from inspirational human being and actor Alma Martinez of Teatro Campesino, Zoot Suit, Gentified, and so much more. Here's just a tiny clip to whet your appetite. Let's roll.
So I was they were looking for people. A friend of mine was in the company, said, Alma, El Teatro Campesino is looking, you should audition. Well, I had seen El Teatro Campesino at Whittier College. And my jaw dropped. I had never seen Chicano theater. Who are they? What? It's like we connected. This is what I want to do, but I was already going to Mexico City to study with the conservatory. So when they said they're looking for someone, I was there. So I borrowed the VW van. We had like an orange VW van. I drove to San Juan and I got cast. 4 months in Europe, phenomenal. I've been to Europe like dozens of times now, but nothing like that time. 4 months, touring, bus and truck, selling records, putting on this, putting up the set, makeup, doing a show, taking your makeup off, selling records, taking the set down, loading in the truck and going to Florida, going to Italy or wherever we went. Phenomenal. And that's where I belong. That's it. As soon as I found out I am a Chicana, I am an American of Mexican descent, and this is my identity, everything fell into place. Everything.
Yes, that was awesome. You know, did anyone else study Teatro Campesino in college? Because I was lucky enough to learn about them, and it completely changed the course of how I made work. Jose Luis Valenzuela was my professor, and every time I see him, I blame him for getting me into this mess that is a life in the social justice theater. But they are incredible. I am so glad that these oral histories are being recorded, and that they're being recorded with fringe benefits. All right, folks, are we ready for another comedy short? Are we ready? Come on. Wake up in the chat. There we go. All right, I want you all to check out this gem right now from Ruby George. Ruby, she, her, just graduated from LMU, and she created this wake up and smell the coffee short. Wake up, smell the coffee short. As a community-based learning project for Dr. Danielle Borgia's Women and Gender Studies class. Helen Culpepper, we know Helen from earlier, added a few editing flourishes. This is a sneak peek. You'll be able to catch Ruby's full video on our YouTube channel soon. Here we go.
Somewhere far, far away in corporate America.
Good afternoon. I'm so excited to interview for the manager position at Big Corporate Company.
And we're delighted that you're applying for this position. Here at Big Corporate Company, we pride ourselves on the skills and talents of our employees. Your resume is very impressive.
Thank you.
So at this point, do you have any questions for me?
Well, I couldn't find information about the salary for the position.
At Big Corporate Company, we offer competitive salaries. What have you been earning at current Big Corporate Company?
Well, in my previous managing position that I held for 5 years, I earned $70K.
That's great to hear. This job pays $72K. How does that sound?
Great. Hey, Olivia. How are you settling in? Oh, hey, Janice. All good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about something. I was looking at accounts a few days ago, and the previous person who held your position, a guy who was fresh out of college, was getting paid almost 2 times what you're earning now.
Oh, do you think it's because I'm new? Do you think I'll get a raise maybe after I've worked here for a while?
I don't know. He had far less experience than you and was making a lot more than you are, like, right off the get-go. So I just had to tell you, and maybe you should take it up with the boss.
Thank you for meeting with me, I really appreciate it. I was hoping to discuss my salary. I've just been assigned to lead our spring conference, and I feel as though my increasing responsibilities and my years of experience make me eligible for a raise. What do you think?
Didn't you just start with us a couple months ago?
Yes, but it's come to my attention I'm making less than the man who previously held my position, given my resume.
You certainly make some good points. However, this is the salary you agreed to when we hired you, and I don't really think you should concern yourself with what previous people in your position made. I guess you could take it up with HR.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I've got an important call with the client. You can kindly see yourself out. Yo, what's up, my guy? Are we going golfing today, or what's up?
Oh, hi, Olivia. What brings you in today?
Hi, I just wanted to discuss a recent meeting I had with Mr. Bossman. I went in to discuss a possible raise, given my resume, my work on the spring conference, and my years of experience. And I also heard that the man who held my position previously was making a lot more.
Olivia, I hear you and I appreciate your concerns. But you know, we have to take into account other factors. You know, you recently got married. I'm sure you'll be having kids soon, right? I know I've got 3 of my own. You probably won't be able to take on as much responsibility once you start to raise your family, and we'll need others to pick up the slack.
But I don't even want kids.
Maybe not right now.
Yo, ladies! Are you sick and tired of asking for that raise that you're perfectly qualified for and not getting it? Where's that raise? Where's that raise? Where is it? We've got what you need. Introducing Bridge the Gap. Only 82 cents because that's what you're making compared to every dollar that a dude earns. One spritz of Bridge the Gap is all you need. Yes, you can say goodbye to that gender pay gap with Bridge the Gap cologne. Just watch. Whoa, go. Bridge the Gap.
Listen, Listen, Oliver, I thought about your request for a raise and I've changed my mind. You deserve it. And to thank you for all the hard work you've done for the spring conference, we've also decided to give you a bonus. Be sure to appreciate what you've done for big corporate companies in such a short amount of time.
Glad I could help, boss.
Join me and the guys at prestigious restricted golf club tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Mr. Gab.
Ruby, I hope you and your cast are not in Tennessee right now, because Tennessee just became the first state in the country to currently ban drag performances in public spaces. But let's give it up for a second for Ruby, real fast. Ruby, you have range. That was amazing drag kinging. But can we talk about drag for a second, folks? Let's give Ruby some love in the chat too. Let's talk about drag for a second. There's something RuPaul says, we're all born naked, the rest is just drag. Something to sit with, okay? Right now, there are 18 more states that are currently considering similar bills to ban drag performance in public spaces. But talk for a second, okay, the Bible. None of these men are wearing pants. Yeah, this is a tunic. But they're wearing dresses, folks. I mean, this is getting like, what is drag? What is drag? Okay. I mean, that is the J-man himself, I think, wearing a dress and an evening shawl. I'm just putting it out there. There's a lot of hypocrisy is the word, but awesome work, Ruby. I could smell the satirical testosterone from here. Let's see. Okay, folks. Okay. We're going to give it up for the delightful and generously talented JP Powell. JP, they, them, is a multi-disabled, autistic, and queer artist and activist currently finishing a BA in animation at LMU. Now, instead of creating a video, JP created a workshop to help fellow animators create art about the things in this world that they care about. They're going to share a few literal and verbal snapshots about that cool-ass project. Take it away, JP.
Turn your volume on, JP.
Thank you. I'll restart that. All right. Well, I was unable to create a video for the internship, I wanted to share my experiences creating my own art-based social justice workshop during my time in the internship. Also, before I go into that, just a disclaimer, I have, and like kind of like a warning label, I have episodic Tourette's. And so if I start ticking during, or like saying random stuff during my little spiel, that is why. And if you're sensitive to ticks, I will not be offended if you have to step out when or if that happens. All right. So during the internship, my social justice focus was disability, especially disability justice and ableism in classroom spaces. So working with Norma, I developed a workshop that focused on coping with physical and psychological disabilities that were developed due to burnout in the art animation industries. Very few people outside of the industries know that working as an artist in film and animation requires high levels of physical labor, and its high demand and fast-paced culture results in relatively high rates of permanent injuries and disability development. And this culture begins in art programs, and especially in art schools. During my junior year at my university, 10% of the students in our animation department developed a debilitating form of carpal tunnel or ulnar tunnel. I don't know if anyone here has either of those, but they don't really go away. Most of the times they're very permanent and very, very painful. And this was just within one academic year that 10% of our students in our program developed either of those injuries. And sadly for the majority of us, this condition follows us into the industry. During my time in an animation program in college, I went in with the dream of becoming a storyboard artist and concept artist, but I ended up giving up that dream because I quickly learned that as a multi-disabled and multi-chronically ill person, the demands and structure of the industry would clearly not be a sustainable or enjoyable path for me in the future. I didn't want to be miserable. It was really heartbreaking discovery for me. But during my time in college, I was losing a battle to institutional ableism, and I needed to find another way to both follow my passion for art and still be happy. So I ended up turning into a different direction, which was helping other artists to deal with the pressures of art labor so that we don't grow the percentage of people that become disabled through these jobs. So at my university, I skipped a part. So in response to my growing awareness of this toxic work culture, I wanted to create events at my school to help students advocate for their health so that we could build safer and disability inclusive spaces in the art and animation industries once they go off into the industries. So at my university, Loyola Marymount University, through my time as the president of Animation Club and a representative of our department, I created a panel with therapists and industry artists who advocate for mental health awareness in the animation industry. The event allowed for current students in art programs to gain advice and strategies to cope with burnout, injuries, and self-advocacy moving forward in their career paths with art. So then to add on to that, during this internship and with the help of Norma, I created a workshop to follow the panel, which happened this year, to help artists cope with burnout through introspective social justice exercises, freeform craft projects, and art-based breathing exercises. Geared towards college students and adults in the industry, the workshop allows for artists to reconnect their love for art with other passions in their life. It encourages artists to be messy, work from their inner feelings rather than an external prompt, and create art they actually care about. So I am going to just show you guys a few things. Let me pull up my screen. A few snapshots from the actual workshop, which I hosted earlier this March. Let's see, slideshow. So here are some pictures. We had about a turnout of 12 people. Some people were not photographed. And these are mostly students in the animation industry. We had a couple of film students. It was open to anyone at LMU, but mostly people that were in film and art programs. So the first thing that we did is we had students create little brainstorm bubbles just to get their minds working and think about things that matter to them. And so we had them come up with topics and then feelings that they felt when they thought about those topics. And this was a very personal activity. And so most of the students kept these to themselves. And yeah, so this little example was mine. We encourage students to not only think about the positive emotions that they have with each of these things that they care about, but also the negative emotions and the neutral emotions. So then after the students did that, and then we had them pick one to focus on for the workshop. So I focused on honesty. So then after that, we did a little exercise that I called self-reflection folds. The exercise was originally created by Michael Ellison, I believe. And I took the idea of folding papers and writing questions on them to kind of help artists further explore the topic that they chose. So the idea was you folded it really messy, which was really hard for some of our students because very perfectionist. And then we had them pick their topic, and I'd ask them a question or give them a prompt, and they had to respond based off of the question. And then each question built off of each other. And then at the end, they had, when they opened their paper, they kind of had like a map of their thought process while thinking through the topic that they really cared about. So yeah, and then at the end, we had a freeform art activity where they could use the introspective activities that we did and create an abstract piece based off of the topic that they chose. And so here are some examples of the students' art pieces that they created based off of that. Yeah, and I think that is all of the slides. So stop sharing. And in the end, we had like a little closing circle, and students could talk about how they could take the exercises that we worked on. We also did some breathing exercises during our break, and how they can implement that in their day-to-day life so that they don't get as burnt out with art and they still love what they do. So yeah, hold on one second. I lost my, okay. So please reach out to me or Norma if you would like me to lead a Creating Art You Care About workshop with your school and your students, or if you work in an art-based industry with your workers. I would love to lead one with you guys. And yeah, back to you, Christina.
Thank you, JP. What a wonderful refresher that was. I love how beautiful the art pieces were. And all these drag queens behind me also. Oh, wait, what? They're not drag queens? They're apostles? God, they all look the same. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. But JP, that was incredible. Let's give it up for JP and that wonderful presentation. That workshop seemed really awesome, thoughtful, and I hope folks sign up. Yes, folks. All right, are we ready for something? A coup de grace. Coup de grace. I don't understand Norma's writing. Now, from a galaxy far, far away, in a country that has more access to a Chick-fil-A than reproductive health care, I want to introduce a hot new game show. Your Body, Our Choice.
It's time for another episode of Your Body, Our Choice. Here's your host, Rick McDick. Welcome, America, to Your Body, Our Choice, the show that wouldn't exist if America hadn't pushed reproductive rights back by about 50 years. I'm your host, Prick McDick, and tonight we're going to be seeing just which one of our contestants can exercise their bodily autonomy. If you're unfamiliar with the show, or if it's your first time watching at home, here's how it works. We've gathered today 3 contestants who will be asked a series of questions. Based off their answers, they'll be awarded by our patriarchal judges some pity points. Whoever's got the least amount of pity points at the end of each round will be eliminated and have to carry their miracle to term. Our prize tonight is a all-expense-paid, top-of-the-line abortion with no legal repercussions and no medical malpractice before, during, and after the procedure. All right, everyone, let's meet our contestants. Mercedes is a stay-at-home wife residing in Beverly Hills in sunny California with a wealthy husband who works in finance.
I just want to thank God and America for bringing me here today.
Gina is a full-time accountant with 2 side hustles and a single mother of 4.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I had to bring the baby along. I couldn't afford the childcare because my job decided to cut my hours after they found out I was pregnant again.
Tatiana is a full-time college student and full-time barista who is double majoring in, yikes, theater and cultural anthropology. Oof. Give it up for Tatiana!
Hey y'all! Sorry about that. I'm in the middle of a Zoom class. This professor actually takes attendance.
Alrighty. Now that we've met all of our contestants, let's get right to it. Question number 1. What is your annual income? We'll be starting with you, Mercedes.
Well, Mr. McDick, sir, I personally don't have an income, but my husband Mark makes over $500,000 a year gambling with other people's money on the stock market.
Excellent answer, Mercedes. He sounds like a true American. All right, now on to Gina's answer.
I do make about $90,000 a year, which is pretty good, but between the kids and bills and no help, I'm struggling to make it to the end of the year.
Well, Gina, sounds like you need to pull a little harder on those bootstraps. All right, on to Tatiana.
Oh, is it me? Sorry, yes, so between the FAFSA money and being a full-time caffeine dealer, that comes out to $40,000 in student debt and crippling depression.
Wow, what a snowflake. Entitled much? Jeez. All right, I've got the results here. For round 1, Mercedes, you get 3 points because you don't have an income, but you are married to a true American. Gina, you get 3 pity points. Unfortunately, you lose 1 because you didn't smile enough.
What the fuck? I mean, what the heck?
Tatiana, you get 0 pity points and a tip from our judges. Manage your money better, exercise more, keep your legs closed, and major in something like business or finance so you can get a real job someday. All right, and now on to our first elimination. And surprise, surprise, oof, it's Tatiana. Tatiana, tell America what you're gonna do now.
Well, I guess I have no choice but to drop out of school and give up on my dreams. I could always work up to manager for the next 18 years. I'll be okay, right? Right?
I doubt it. I give you about a month before you've got an OnlyFans profile and you're applying for federal food stamps. Oh, I kill me. All right, on to round 2. The question is, how did you get pregnant? Gina, you're up first.
I met a man on a dating site for working parents, and I thought we had a legitimate connection, so I agreed to take things to the next step. He said he used a condom, but after I found out I was pregnant with his baby, he ghosted me. Turns out he didn't use protection, he has no kids, and I have no idea where he is. Or who he is for that matter. Men ain't shit.
Wow, Gina, sounds like you really fucked up. All right, Mercedes, now on to your answer.
Well, my husband went away on a business trip to New York. Or was it Paris? Or Morocco? I don't remember. Anyway, a couple weeks later, I started to feel weird, so I sent my pool boy, Alfredo, to the store to get me a pregnancy test. It turned out I was pregnant, with definitely my husband's child. But my husband doesn't know that I'm pregnant, so if we could keep it hush-hush, America, I would love you forever. You know, he's just so busy with his work and constantly going on business trips with his secretary.
You are a good wife and a very selfless woman. My wife could learn a thing or two from you, Mercedes. All right, folks, the results are in. Wow, this is a series first, everyone. Gina, you've actually managed to lose 3 pity points from our judges because you didn't learn your lesson after 4 kids and 3 baby daddies.
We had a legitimate connection, and he's the one who... You know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna have this baby, and my eldest daughter will watch it. Time to find a new side hustle. And fuck you, Amy Coney Barrett.
Wow, what a bitch. All right, folks, looks like we've got our winner. Mercedes, come on down and collect your prize. All right, come on, bring it up here, bring it up here.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
All right, here you are, 1 abortion. We did say you'd be spared from any legal, financial, or medical repercussions, but we didn't mention socially.
What?
You fucking baby killer.
What's happening?
Alrighty, folks. That concludes our programming of Your Body, Our Choice. Remember, ladies, none of you are safe. We're coming for all your rights.
All right. It would be hilarious if it wasn't so real. Was that a documentary? I don't know. But give it up, everybody, for Veronica Esperanza Cortez. She uses she, her pronouns. She's a Cal Poly Pomona theater major. Veronica wrote, directed, and performed what you just saw right now, Your Body, Our Choice, with her diabolical partner in crime, Utsav Astavakra. And when they're not pounding the pavement to raise awareness about reproductive rights, you can find them deploying their mad talents, assisting, directing our joined forces and create change collaboration, bringing us together with the youth in Ukraine, with local Latinx youth. Yep. And their show, it opens live and in person this Thursday. You go, y'all. You go, you go, you go. That Dick McPrick character, kind of crazy. Isn't it kind of crazy that my poor vagina here has been hiding behind me because we're just terrified that someone is just going to force it to give birth or just force it to do whatever. See that? She's so sweet. Like, why does someone get to control this? I don't understand. All right, finally, folks, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, our sponsor, RBG and Company, has a quick, urgent message to share before we go to the post-show Q&A. Come on, Abby, let's let her rip.
Climate-based anxiety got you down? Oh gosh, so hot. The threat of global collapse lurking in your mind?
That's a lot of water to keep this green.
Suffering from the heightened effects of global warming simply on the basis of your gender?
You mean it's worse for me?
Sweetie, everything is worse for you. And this is no exception. According to Green Planet Blue, women are more vulnerable to the effects of climate change due to their multiple roles as caregivers, food producers and providers, guardians of health, and economic actors. The vast majority of environmentally based decisions are made by men, but the consequences are more extremely felt by women. But this is a problem no longer. From EOS comes HEOS, reverse shaving cream. The man comes straight from the can.
All you have to do is apply to your skin, rub, 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 and boom! You're a man! No need to worry about those disproportionate consequences any longer. That's women's business.
The anthropogenically caused crop failure has increased my agricultural demands.
Thank God I don't really like asparagus. Sick.
I have to call out of work today. Little Susie's asthma's been acting up ever since we had that wildfire season.
I'm sure they won't miss you at work. This should be your priority anyway.
Oh God, a hurricane warning. With evacuation orders, I'm at increased risk for sexual violence.
I wonder whose fault that is.
When the toils and tribulations of exacerbated inequalities get you down, you know what to do. HEOS Reverse Shaving Cream. It's incredibly nourishing, moisturizing, and soothing to easily bruised egos.
Call 1-800-HEOS now to order. That is 1-800-HEOS-NOW. EOS with an H.
HEOS. Keep the hair on your face and the wool over your eyes. HEOS is not a product suitable for everyone. We may not all have the luxury to use such a thing. We may not all have enough fingers to operate phones. Or perhaps we have, as seen on TV, product-related trauma caused by a certain ShamWow sex party incident. Not me. Maybe you. Alternatives to HEOS include pressuring lawmakers to include gender analysis and women's rights in disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation programming. The 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, or COP26, included for the first time texts that acknowledged climate injustice. This was a direct result of the demand of citizens and non-governmental organizations. It was the first time, but it should not be the last. We will amplify our voices if we speak together. And we will increase our facial hair if we use HEOS Reverse Shaving Cream.
Okay, how do I get the HEOS off my face, folks? I don't, that was great. I just, if someone could tell me how to reverse the HEOS so they can, okay. Anyway, folks, that was our fabulous final video, and it was created by and starred a recent USC grad. Woo, go Bruins! Sierra Temenji. Sierra, she, her, is a damn fine teacher and an eco-theater artist who believes that the arts and sciences should coexist. And she's nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to, oh, sorry. Oh, there, went away. Sorry. Nothing to sneeze at. and you're going to meet her and the other artivists in a minute. So wasn't that fabulous? That was our show, everybody. We're going to get all the artivists on the camera right now because we're going to do our post-show Q&A. I want you on the cameras. I want you to unmute yourselves so we can take a bow and participate on the on-screen talk back, baby. So folks, I want you to use your chat right now to go ahead and name some things that you remember from what you just witnessed in the last 90 minutes, just to help us refresh our memories of all the amazing things that we saw. And then go ahead and use the chat to share your questions with me and the filmmakers. I think we have mostly all the filmmakers are here today. We don't have Nikolai, but we do have a lot of other folks. And if your questions slip by me, or wonderful Abby or Helen are going to shout them out to us. So folks, just jump in, share what you just saw, share what it made you think about, send questions, ask how they were created, and also name who you would like to answer the questions, whether it be the filmmakers, whether it be Norma or me. Really, I'm just the usher, folks. You don't really have questions for me. But do we have any questions I see a lot of congratulations, a lot of things, men need to listen, Mazel Tov going. You just had me read in another language. Look at these skills I'm flexing. Great production value. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Oh, here we go. Here's a question from my friend, Alice Tuan, who's tuning in from Valencia, California. Alice's question: where do you find the dudes who are willing to call out other dudes who are the shitty dudes by your voices? Thank you. Did I just combine questions? This is moving so quickly. Okay, portraying. Okay, where do we find these men who are willing to, or these male presenting actors willing to skewer themselves, skewer their kind? Any of you? Tell me where to find them, because I need them to make fun of themselves for my purposes as well.
I'm thinking Jed and Ethan and and Dominic Reyes, and there are a bunch of wonderful guys that we worked with in the internship who really were stand-up guys. That's what I have to say. And Bernardo Solano, who sent us Veronica and Utsav. Where is Veronica? Where's Utsav? Come on screen, dudes.
Are these just secrets? Are they AI white guys willing to make fun of themselves? I need answers here, folks.
We've got something here from Sonia.
Love to add an idea to that conversation. First of all, thank you, everyone. Such wonderful work. But that just speaks to the power of the strength of allies, right? In the LGBTQ community, we also speak so much of our straight allies, and the strength that allies have in really moving a conversation forward, moving an issue forward. So, in talking about, women's issues, it's so imperative to have our allies, and they're there. So they're not that hard to find, I don't think.
Yes. Oh, hey, Abby, if you can find a way to make Veronica and Utsav panelists so we can see them, that'd be great. And anyone else who's here, who's an intern and isn't on screen, please go for it. Sonia asked a question to the team. What was your creative process like? Speak up, any and all of you. Julianne, we didn't get to hear from you during the show. You want to start?
Sure. So my creative process for Cards for Humanity, Norma and Cynthia made it really easy by creating a recipe for us. So I just brainstormed on my social issue, which is racism against Asian Americans. And then I went forward with that. Developing my idea, I brainstormed for about 2 days. I kind of turned it in within the first week of it being presented to me. So I made it low budget, it made it easy for me. I didn't really get actors or anything. It was just all me. And then my friend thankfully helped me out by letting me use her house and doing some of the creative art in the props. So yeah, that was my creative process for that video.
Sweet. Grace and Veronica and Utsav.
Hello.
Hi.
We had so much fun making this video. A lot of time, energy, late night went into this production. We're so happy we got to share it with everyone. And like what inspired me to come up with this game show is actually kind of based on a dream I had. It's like a very surreal nightmare. And I'm very strong for reproductive rights because I actually have people in my life who have had to like make very tough decisions and unfortunately go through with an abortion, and it's led to very like bad depression, like eating disorders, self-esteem issues, and so I'm very passionate about for women to have a choice, obviously being a woman myself. Yeah, so I'm just very passionate about this, and I'm glad I could use our combined dark humor to shed light on the issue that this country faces.
Beautiful. Grace and Helen.
Yeah, for me, it was just a lot of brainstorming, a lot of time in the notebook, just writing down how can I see this idea manifested, and also kind of just paralleling with what we learned. So taking the examples and just applying my own issue to it and trying to create something that, you know, flowed easily and made sense to the audience. And I think using Sorry the game was really good because everybody knows Sorry. And so it just made it a little bit easier to follow something that's already in the mainstream for me. But yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Sweet. Helen.
All right. Hi. First, thank you everyone for watching that. Yeah, I just want to say with my process, it was so funny to me that people are talking about like the budget because I mean, there wasn't a budget and I never made a short film before. So that's like a really big compliment. So thank you for saying that, because it was like me going to FedEx, printing out things, coming home, grabbing my family members, putting them in costumes, being like, can you do this? Like trying to do cinematography with my iPhone. They really taught me that like I can do so much more than I thought I could. And it also taught me how freaking talented my family is. Physical embodiment of patriarchy, that's my dad. Miss America 1956, that's my mom. Woman, that's my sister Maddie Culpepper, who's freaking amazing. Family, sound off! Yeah, but you can't hear them, they're in the next room. But yeah, but it was really amazing. And as for like the ideas and everything, I mean, hey, if you have anorexia for 10 years, that simmering, boiling rage against society, rage against the freaking diet culture is just going to overflow at some point. And that was this video for me. So thank you all for watching. And I hope you guys will see some of the alarm bells in your life and act on them and really support people, because everybody should love who they are and wear crazy earrings like Christina and I.
Hey, Jed, you're in the middle of creating yours.
Yes, I am, which is why you might not recognize me unless you're one of my parents who I think are watching this. But yeah, so I'm in the middle of my creative process, so I don't know exactly how it went because some of it hasn't gone, and I'm trying to figure out how to do some things without access to like university resources. But I worked on it with a friend. I did all the filming. I wrote it. Actually, what happened for me was I started mine and then I had a whole script, and then I didn't have a person to play a crucial role in it. So then I completely changed it into like this meta sketch where it's where I'm like trying to, I mean, will be out later this summer, but where I'm trying to make the sketch and having trouble, because the whole point, the sketch originally was like ironic and like, so I just made it and like a clearly like showing like put out negative message, but like with a clear irony so then I just changed it to make it so that I was playing myself as a character and I was trying to find a cast, but no one wanted to because it was a bad message. It will be more. It's not. I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but I worked on me and my friend. My friend did all the filming except for one establishing shot, who I do not know, some stranger took, and I will not be able to credit them, but hopefully they don't mind. And I'm in it, and a few of my friends played small bits in it too. But
Yay, resourceful Odysseus, man. And to everybody working with absolutely no budget. They only had $100 reimbursement and $100 honorarium. So these are works of love. And oh my gosh, fringe benefits, we've got to earn more money for our company so we can pay the artists and teachers better. Cynthia Abby Brantley, what would you like to add?
I'm still kind of new to the game in the grand scheme of things. So I just want to say I'm really enjoying working with fringe benefits. I hopped on, I graduated college about a year ago from Auburn University, War Eagle.
Alabama in the house.
Yeah, Alabama's in the house. Yeah. And I worked for Mosaic Theater Company as an ensemble member and assistant director, which is how I got connected to here. And just want to say thank you for trusting me to like develop curriculum, because 2 years ago I would have actually, even when you asked to do that, I was like, ooh, she's putting some faith in me there. And ended up being really cool. Norma was really helpful and kind of showing me the ropes, and it rocks.
Hey, Abby, and then Cynthia, would you finish this off with before we do the big culmination? Abby, what would you like to share from Washington, D.C.?
It has been another very hard and very rewarding year with fringe benefits. I got to work with all of these interns with their program earlier this year, which was really fun. And then teaching twice, teaching once this year and then teaching once last year. I still think of my years like school years. So,
yes.
And doing that with Sybil, who I think has left, but Sybil is a total rock star. And then with Brantley also was just awesome. Love working with those kids. And it's funny, that video, I actually started making it, I think in 2020, which is why it's all filmed outside, because it was peak COVID. And I essentially just tried to gather every one of my college friends who I knew had actually hauled themselves all the way out to my little college town, and put that together. And then I actually finished making it like last year, or earlier this year even, I think was when I made the final cut. So it took a very, very long time. Yeah, I thought it was fun. It was a cool script. It was very collaborative. So I can't take too much credit, but it was a good time. I'm glad people enjoy it. So yeah.
Colored Museum Addressing Feminism. Hey, Cynthia, before we go to the last question.
Thanks, Norma. Just thank you for this whole process. And it's really wonderful to watch the way this work has evolved over the last 30 years, right? Just how Theater for Social Justice and creating plays has evolved into being able to really create some work that can be shared through social media and really have a way to affect such a huger group of people just through social media. And it's really been wonderful just to see people even just get so excited about creating work that is about making social change happen, because I think this is the way that we do it, right? The way, laughing does matter. And for me, laughing matters because when you write a piece of work, and especially if you're dealing with something that's really hard to really look at, and you make people laugh, people literally sit forward in their chairs. They sit forward to you and they go like, oh my goodness, and their hearts just open up a little bit, and you can actually get in there and have a message be heard in a way that they might actually be able to hear it. Patch Adams knew that, laughing mattered in terms of healing, sick children. So laughter is a really awesome thing. Even Monsters, Inc., laughter is much more stronger than children's screams. So thank you for continuing to stay in this work, Norma. And thank you all for your really inspiring and fun and powerful pieces that you created. It was really fun to be a part of watching you create these works. Thanks.
So we can't get to all the questions, but there seems to be a good general sort of last question, which has been asked by a few people, which seems to be alluding to what's next for these shorts you've made, or what's the next thing you want to make? What's next? However you all want to answer that. There's also a request to put your website in the chat so people can follow you.
And people have their Instagrams in the PDF that Abby just put back up again. Jump in. What's next for y'all?
Well, it's time to make a website.
Yeah,
Okay, one thing
that's
for
what we
Fringe
just-
Benefits. Thursday, we're opening our show with Ukraine. Go for it. Go for it. Utsav and Veronica, go for it.
Well, from what I got from this process was like how I was able to help Veronica deliver her message. I mean, and that work that we did together where everything just kind of coalesced, like she was filming, I was filming, she was acting, I was acting. We had to figure out that shot where we were both on the set, but then like no one was filming. So then like, I don't know, it was great. So we want to make more this summer, and we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna just do everything I can to help her make the content she wants to. I mean, anything I can to help, because like
We have
Yeah.
so much fun making these videos together.
So yeah, we're just gonna look out for on our Instagrams, and those will be on there, I think. And yeah, we're gonna keep going.
We're going to be bringing more workshops to you, and whether that's the ones that we've already been doing, like TikTok and Shakespeare, commercials for social justice, creating art you care about that JP does, and more to schools and community groups you love. And then we're partnering with Helen Culpepper's new group at USC. Tell us about that, Helen.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, like what's more for me is more Fringe Benefits. Like I didn't know I had this in me. Like in the beginning of this year, I, shot some TikToks on my phone, and now we're here now. So anyways, I just can't like plug Fringe Benefits enough. Anyways, but now to plug me. I'm starting a comedy troupe focused on social justice at USC, University of Southern California, not South Carolina, because it gets confusing. And go Trojans, Christina. I saw you with the Bruins. Okay, go Trojans. All right. Anyways, so that's going to focus on improv and sketch and really prioritizing student mental health and social justice issues globally in a comedic and respectful way, which is super exciting. And also I wanted to say also what's next for me is whatever anybody thinks is next. So if any of you want to work with me or want me to help you with anything, editing, comedy, etc., social justice, please reach out to me. Anyways, love you all.
And if Cynthia can come back on for a screenshot, that would be great. I don't know, Abby, if you're able to let other people in as panelists so we get us all together too, that would be great.
I can go one at a time.
Get it.
So
One
it depends on how
screenshot.
long you'd like to wait. All right. Okay.
Go for it, Abby. If you're all ready.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Got it.
The memorials of an era. Take it away, Christina.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for your work, for those great questions and those comments, all the encouragement. If you have any other questions or feedback, please do not hesitate to reach out to us through our website, email, or phone. But again, do not text Norma. She does not know how to text. She's a terrible wing woman, but I love her as a person. I'll get into that if you make a donation to Fringe Benefits. But anyway, y'all, I had an awesome time with you all today, and I feel so inspired and motivated. My mother tuned in, so maybe now my mother is woke. It's so exciting. Norma, what do you got?
Your mom is so woke and beyond belief. Wonderful. Thank you, Christina. Truly the hostess with the mostest and the person I most admire on this planet. Holy crap.
I win.
Thank you. Woo, baby. Thank you to our extraordinarily talented filmmakers and teaching artists. It's been a privilege and a pleasure working with you. I can't wait to see all the other ways you can work with Fringe Benefits to make each laugh matter. One last note to y'all, our fabulous audience. Take it away.
Please reach out to us. All right, so if you think you might like to have our teaching artists lead a workshop with a school or community group you love, who are you gonna call Fringe Benefits, okay? Watching you. All right, so we are ready and rearing to equip and inspire folks to create thought-provoking videos and theater about issues you all care about. So again, please reach out to us. Plus, our workshops, having experienced them for quite a while, are pretty damn fun, all right? Just saying.
Oh my goodness, I have written this in pretty strangely. And finally, we greatly appreciate any donations you feel inspired to make. Your contributions make it possible for us to pay our artivists and teaching artists, things like the 40+ hours that Helen put into editing that video, uncompensated. It also helps us offer our programs for free to underserved schools and communities. Plus, Fringe Benefits is a nonprofit, so all contributions are tax deductible. And again, just saying. We're going to stay on for another 10 minutes or so. If you'd like to stay on, Abby can shift you to participant status and we can chat a little longer. And if you have to go, you have to go. If you're heading off now, have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.